Hi everyone and welcome to the Movies Summary channel. Today I would like to talk about the movie, Deadpool, a 2016 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name. The opening scene shows Wade Wilson, the superhero Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, in a cab, bored in the backseat. He squeezes himself through the small window between the back and front seats to chat with the cabbie, Dopinder, Karen Sony. Deadpool asks Dopinder about a picture of a girl he has in his car, and Dopinder says she was his girlfriend until he lost her to his cousin. Deadpool tells Dopinder to hold on tightly to the love he feels for the woman in the picture. Dopinder then takes Deadpool to the middle of a bridge, and Deadpool stiffs the man for cab fare. Deadpool waits on top of a bridge for his targets, but first addresses the audience and jokes about fondling Wolverine's balls to get his own movie. He then spots a group of vans arriving, and he jumps into one of the men before beating up all the thugs in the van, causing an accident that kills other villains. Deadpool's main target is Ajax, Ed Skrein, the man that gave him his powers and also horribly disfigured him. The vans all come crashing to the end of the bridge, where one thug's head is sliced off with a motorcycle chain, and another one is gorily splattered against a sign on the highway. At Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, Colossus, Stefan Kapicic, sees the chaos unfolding on the news and calls Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Brianna Hildebrand, to join him in getting Deadpool. Facing down the villains after the highway wreck, Deadpool is upset because he forgot his bag of weapons and only has 12 rounds in his gun. He counts off how many rounds with each thug he kills, accidentally missing a few shots, but he manages to kill 2 men with 1 bullet, a third taking a shot in the forehead that isn't lethal. This last thug comes at Deadpool with 2 knives, but Deadpool quickly skewers him. Deadpool then points out that this is a different kind of superhero movie, and that we need to go back in the story for him to tell it properly. Flashback to 1 year earlier. Wade Wilson was a mercenary for hire living in New York City. He takes a job getting a pizza delivery boy to stop stalking a girl by threatening him. Once his job is done, the girl thanks him and calls him her hero, to which Wade quickly points out that that is something he is not. Wade goes to the bar where his friend Weasel, TJ Miller, works. Wade orders a drink called a blowjob and has the bartender bring it to a big thug and to say it came from another man. The insulting drink prompts a vicious fight between the two. Wade has an ulterior motive. Weasel's bar has a dead pool, where people bet on others to die. The man Wade had bet on to die is still alive. After the commotion has died down, Wade meets a prostitute named Vanessa, Morena Baccarin. They bond over their weird, messed up lives before starting a sexual relationship, which eventually evolves into a romantic one. Wade is genuinely happy until he is diagnosed with advanced stage cancer in his liver, lungs, prostate and brain. He fears more for how it will affect Vanessa than himself. At the bar, Weasel tells him that a man sitting in the corner is looking for him. He is the recruiter, Jed Reese, and he tells Wade that he works for a facility that will not only cure him of his cancer, but also give him incredible powers. Wade is hesitant, but he takes the card that the recruiter gives him. In another flashback, Wade made the choice to be cured for Vanessa, leaving her alone in the middle of the night and never returning. He goes to the facility where he meets Ajax for the first time, along with his cohort Angel Dust, Gina Carano. After strapping Wade to a gurney, Ajax says that in order for Wade's cells to heal, they have to subject him to extreme stress for the mutant cells to activate. Wade undergoes horrific torture until Ajax tells him that they are making him into a super slave to be auctioned off somewhere. Wade makes fun of Ajax after learning his real name is Francis. Ajax finally straps Wade into a barometric chamber unit where his oxygen is gradually cut off. When Wade begins to lose consciousness, the oxygen is automatically increased. His skin and face start to blotch up, resulting in horrible disfigurement. Ajax opens the chamber and tells Wade his cancer is gone because his mutation has activated itself. His body is fighting his cancer as quickly as it can metastasize, which will keep him alive indefinitely. Right before Ajax orders the chamber sealed again, Wade headbutts Angel and takes a match that she kept in her mouth. Ajax tells Wade that he takes a sadistic pleasure in watching his clients being tortured and locks Wade in the chamber to be tortured further. Wade lights the match and throws it near the oxygen vent, causing an explosion in the laboratory. Ajax goes down to see what happened, and Wade starts to fight him. His strength has increased, but Ajax gets the upper hand and impales Wade with a bar, pinning him to the floor. Ajax leaves as the facility crumbles around Wade. Wade wakes up alive, but horrified by his complexion. He walks through the streets with a hood over his head, but the people that see him are creeped out by his appearance. He worries about what Vanessa will think if she sees him, so he avoids her completely. Wade visits Weasel, who is also disgusted by his appearance and makes a few quips at his expense. Weasel encourages Wade to make a suit and mask to disguise himself as he goes back to hunt for Ajax so that he can fix his face. Wade decides to call himself Captain Deadpool, which they shorten to Deadpool, and begins his crusade to find Ajax by plowing through his goons until he can find him, wearing a crude uniform at first and gradually redesigning it. He finds the recruiter, who says what he knows about Ajax's whereabouts before Deadpool kills him. Back in the present day, Deadpool rides the garbage truck back to his and Al's place, and his hand starts to slowly grow back. In the interim, Wade has decided to stay with a blind woman named Al, Leslie Uggams, who cares about him and offers advice from time to time in a sardonic tone. Ajax and Angel go to Weasel's bar to locate Deadpool. Angel grabs Weasel by the throat, but the other bar patrons turn their guns on her and Ajax. They find a picture of Wade and Vanessa together before leaving. After being told to finally face Vanessa himself, Wade goes to the strip club where she works, where we see Stan Lee as a DJ, but is still scared to talk to her. Vanessa's coworker tells her that an ex-boyfriend is out back looking for her. She goes outside and thinks it's Wade, but it's Ajax. He and Angel take her. Wade goes out back to look for her but only finds her handbag, letting him know that she's been taken. Enraged, Wade grabs all the guns he owns, including Al's little Saturday Night Special, and goes to the X-Mansion to get Colossus and Negasonic to help him get back Vanessa and stop Ajax. He then quips that the mansion is so big, yet it looks like the studio couldn't afford more than 2 X-Men. The mutants take a cab driven by Dopinder to Ajax's location. They hit a bump and Deadpool hears a scream from the trunk. Dopinder admits he kidnapped his cousin, the one who stole the woman he's infatuated with. Deadpool pretends to be horrified but quietly congratulates Dopinder. The three then track Ajax down to a scrapyard where Ajax has holed up on a decommissioned Avengers helicarrier. Deadpool charges toward the goons while Colossus and Negasonic fight Angel. She slams Colossus away, but Negasonic charges at Angel with great power. Deadpool rips through the goons and uses their corpses to spell out Francis's name to mock him. He runs up to the helicarrier where Ajax is keeping Vanessa. He puts her in the same barometric chamber where he put Wade, intending to suffocate her. Deadpool duels with Ajax with their blades, eventually throwing one through the wall of the chamber, giving Vanessa the chance to escape. Meanwhile, Angel nearly strangles Colossus with a bar, but Negasonic creates a powerful blast that throws Angel off and weakens one of the carrier's support columns. It starts to collapse, sending numerous freight containers sliding off the deck. Colossus carries Negasonic and Angel to safety while Deadpool makes sure Vanessa lands safely, encasing her in the barometric chamber. The carrier then completely crashes down. Ajax attacks Deadpool once again until the latter has him pinned down. Deadpool holds his gun at Ajax's head and demands that he fix his face, but Ajax laughs and says that he lied about a cure for the disfigurement. Deadpool is ready to kill Ajax until Colossus steps in and starts to make a big speech on making the hero's decision to spare his enemy's life. Deadpool gets tired of the speech, simply shooting Ajax in the head, prompting Colossus to vomit. After admitting that he still fears talking to Vanessa, Deadpool finally confronts her and apologizes for abandoning her. She removes his mask to see his face, but he is wearing a cutout of Hugh Jackman's face. She gently pulls it off and sees his real face and says she will eventually get used to it. They kiss, and Deadpool signs off as the movie ends. After the end credits, Deadpool appears in his bathrobe telling the audience to leave for the movie is over, a homage to the final shot of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. However, he comes back and says that the studio is trying to get Cable to be in a sequel. Deadpool walks away, but then pops his head out to say, "Chick chicka chicka."